The following attacking tricks will improve your attack instantly on FC25. The attacking meta of this game changes every year, but the one thing that never changes is the fundamentals. Therefore, before we learn the meta, we will focus on the fundamentals, such as turning towards the space. Turning towards the space is one of the key components of building a successful attack on FC25, because if you will consciously always turn towards the space, you will be able to keep better ball possession and create better attacking opportunities, as you can see in the clips. And then we have the movement, creating motion in attack. Without creating motion in your attack, your team will be very static and you will not be having a lot of attacking opportunities, especially in the current 5 at the back meta. Therefore, you must learn how to create motion and trigger player runs in order to create better attacking space for yourself. Without creating the space, you will only go so far. Creating the space is one thing, but attacking the space is another. Many of you actually create the space, but you don't know what to do once that space has been created. This is why you must focus on what I am about to tell you. Look at this gameplay example. What are we doing? We are always turning towards the space. We have to see how the opponent is approaching us. As you can see, he is moving downwards. We then go with an L1R2 sprint boost, something that we will cover later on in this video, so keep watching. Again, in this example, you will see we are going to focus on two things: where the space is and then make our decision. Immediately before we received the ball, we saw Graham making a run, so we pointed our left stick towards her, and now we are through on goal. Because of that, we keep it simple, we keep it tidy, and we end up scoring a goal. When you are under pressure, you always want to turn towards the player and see how your opponent is reacting. In this example, we can see he is standing next to us, and we have a lot of space in front of us. As we know, the speed boost is really overpowered. We are setting ourselves up for that speed boost, and then once we are through, there is no way he is going to catch it. This is how important creating motion is. You might think this is a simple goal, but it was only possible because we focused on using a specific mechanic that is really good every year, and that is triggering runs. Before we have received the ball with Sophia Smith, we are pointing our left stick towards Graham Hansen and clicking the L1/LB button. What do? We play the ball to her. We use an L1R to sprint boost, and then again we tell Sophia Smith to run with the L1 button. Because she is now running, we have two options, and the opponent has to defend two things. Either he will cover our run or cover the pass. And because of this, we are able to score this goal. This is the importance of creating motion. We told Nico to run. Now that he is running, we have space to use. We told Sophia Smith to run. Because of this run, we are able to set up ourselves for that speed boost. See, our opponent was marking Smith, but we had a pocket of space. In this game, if you can set yourself up 1v1 against the defender and then execute the L1R2 sprint boost, you will fly past defenders. And this is exactly how we are approaching the game. We want to attack in a pattern. The attack is to find that space, create motion, and then set ourselves up against the defender 1v1. Once we are 1v1, we are able to burst past them, like you can see, and end up scoring easy goals. But one thing that not many of you are using is this XX lofted pass. Here Frankie de Jong is marking us, and almost every player is marked. Realistically, we have two options. The best option would be is to turn back and pass the ball to Llorente. But I sense an opportunity for a counter attack. So we do a XX/AA lofted pass towards Neymar. And that allows the pass to go through. Frankie could not intercept it. Otherwise, he would have intercepted the pass. We are then going to use a driven pass towards Sophia Smith, and that will give us the chance to once again isolate ourselves against the defender. Once you are against the defender in a 1v1 situation, it is very hard to defend you in this game. Ask yourself, what is the biggest problem you have when you're defending? Obviously 1v1s. So if you will set up your attacks in a way where your opponent has to defend the 1v1 situations, what will happen? He will struggle to defend. Always look out for any mistakes that the opponent might make. And if you have an opening, take that opening. Do not be afraid to go for it. As you can see here, we can see that the defender was pulled out of position. So we told Nico to run. Because we told him to run, we went with an L1 triangle pass and first time into Smith. This is a football game. and we have to use the footballing aspects as well as the meta in order to improve at this game. All right, you cannot do one without the other. I know the game is broken, but sometimes you have to use what you have to use. Here we are going to use a player lock in combination with a flare nutmeg. The flare nutmeg is back this year and it's really good. So we are going to hold L1 plus R1 and flick the right stick in the direction we are gonna exit towards. And then we will feed Alexia with a driven pass and take the touch towards the empty space because she has the finesse plus playstyle. And we see the defender thought we are going to go down. We take the touch simply in the opposite direction. Again, feed your players in a way where they can actually exploit the space. Now we have set up our opponent and we have to pay attention to where is he moving. He is moving down. Because he is moving down, he has given us this space. And now we are going to use that space and exploit it. Because we are easily able to do it, we fly past him. Now this is very overpowered. L1 triangle. We have Petri, she has the long ball pass plus playstyle. We tell Graham Hansen to make a run in behind defense. And now we are going to use an L1 plus triangle, LB plus Y pass towards her and then recycle the ball. Recycling the ball means cutting the ball back from the wings in to the midfield. We are going to use a player lock to help us do that. Now focus on this in slow motion because you can create so many goals by just doing an L1 triangle on the wings. See, we did an L1 triangle on the wings. It's all about having the attacking patrons. Now we are going to initiate a player lock by pressing L3 plus R3 and then flicking the right stick towards the player we want to pass the ball towards. And we do exactly that. We use R1 dribbling and end up scoring the goal. Guys, the Trivela shot is really overpowered this year. And you want to use the Trivela shots. Ideally, do a ball roll before performing a Trivela. But if you have good players who have good outside the foot shots like Hansen, you can end up scoring these Trivela shots even without the ball roll. And if you can green time it, that would even increase the chances of the ball going in the back of the net. L1 speed boost, L1 triangle passes, setting up the defender, using Trivela shots, and isolating defenders is the way to attack on this game. Now check this video out here to learn about a broken custom tactic.